Hey guys, so you probably read the title of this video. Yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about today. And this topic I think is very, very, very important. And not only because it doesn't get talked about at all, but because it's very poignant for the young people and the generation that I'm a part of, and and the times we live in today. So yes, we're going to be talking about being young, being Christian, and being single. Those three things we're going to talk about. I've actually wanted to make this video for a while because I am actually a part of I'm a part of the generation that I'm going to be talking about, and I see things that are like, wow. I experience things. I have a hands-on experience with this, and I've seen a few videos of, like, no offense, but I've seen a few videos of, like, older people, not old or anything, but like just people older talking about this, and I really appreciate that older people would talk about this topic. But then like, they're talking from from their perspective of being older, but there's no, like, young people talking about this topic. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that today. And yeah, don't stone me and don't get angry, because I might say a few things that certain people might not like, but I'm gonna go ahead and make the video anyway. It is hard being Christian and being young and being single. And that right there, saying those words, it is hard being Christian and single, those words right there, that is a fountain of topics that I could talk about. That is a fountain of things that I could say. First of all, that right there is the number one reason why so many young Christians, so many young believers are leaving the faith, because it's hard. And they see their friends being like, you know what, this is too hard, I'm out. So they do the same thing. They're like, why stick around? Like, what reason have I to stick around? I mean, there's no one here. I may as well just go have fun with the other people. So they leave. And that is due to lack of fun in the church, in the faith movement for young people. And I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that there is no fun, but there is a lack of genuine fun that young people would enjoy. And I think that is due to because every generation that's passed has been kind of consistent with the next, like, 3 generations, and then the next generation that comes after the third is kind of consistent with that has been consistent with that generation. But in my generation, there's been such a change in the way things are done. Like, my dad's dad's generation was pretty much consistent with my dad's generation. My grandfather's generation was pretty much consistent with my dad's generation. But now my generation has changed so dramatically that there's, like, it's almost unrecognizable. Like, smartphones, internet, the access you have to these demonic things that are just, like, right at your fingertips, and that look so fun to people, is like, you can access that literally just by doing this with your thumb. You can access so many terrible things. Wow, it's like, I go into Walmart, I go into the stores, and I see these people, like, there's no one out there. There's no Christians out there that are truly Christians. And I want to say something on that as well. There are Christians. There are a ton of Christians out there. There are a ton of Christians out there. Like, you could walk down and you'll meet a Christian before you got 5 blocks down the road. But just because they say they're Christian, again, I use quotation marks, Christian, doesn't mean that they actually are. Doesn't mean that they're actually following. I myself, as you guys might know, I am a part of a ministry, a family ministry, Bailey Family Ministry, and we travel and we see a lot of different people. We see tons of people out there living their life, and they call themselves Christians. But then what they do, they say Christian, they say, oh, I believe in God, but then their life is a completely different story. Like, they don't believe in God. Like, they don't believe at all, and they just ride the Christian title because, oh, it's a fad, it's in, it's New Life Church and all that. What do you call that? That's this Christian music industry that is like, I forget what you call it, Churchill, I think it is, Hillsong, yeah, Hillsong, and it's in. So I'm a Christian. I mean, yeah, but I support all these LGBT so and so community stuff that has nothing to do with God. I support that as well because that's also in. So yeah, that is the mainstream Christian nowadays. The mainstream Christian is someone who has nothing to do with God and just says they're Christian because it's a title, and it's a trend. It's trending to be, Christian and all that. But then they also go and do devil stuff and all that. What I'm saying is, guys, that there really is very few people out there. So my point. What is my point? I've rambled on long enough. What is my point? My point is, how do I say this? My point is, if you're young, if you're Christian, if you're single, you don't even have to be single, but if you're young and you're Christian, reach out to other Christians. Reach out to other people that you think, might be actually trying to walk in faith, might actually be trying to do the right thing. Because again, guys, it is hard. There's no one here. There's no one out there. It literally feels like you're walking this thing alone. It literally feels like, man, I'm alone out here. Because again, all the young Christians you see are actually not really trying to walk. They're just saying it because it's a title. So it's hard. Reach out to people. Reach out to young people. Reach out to young Christian people that you think are actually trying to do the right thing. Make them know they're not alone. Because for the longest time, if I didn't have a family, guys, if I didn't have and this is why I try to reach out to other people, to other young people, because for me, I have a family. I have people that I can talk to. I have other young people that I can talk to. They're my family, of course, so I can't marry them or anything, but I do get to talk to them. There are so many young Christians out there that have no one to talk to, and they go to church, and that's their only experience. That's their only experience with Christianity. That's their only experience with God. But then after they leave church, it's like back to normal life. Back to church is like spiritual. Church is like almost completely separate. Then they go back to, after Sunday, they go back to real life, working a job, listening to all the secular, terrible garbage music that is designed to take you away from God. They do all that stuff. So and I'm not saying you can't listen to secular music, but I try to keep it down, because when you realize all the stuff they're actually putting in that music, it's very bad. It's very bad. I would keep that down if I were you. But yeah, again, if you're young, and if you're a Christian, and if you're single, even if you're not single, reach out to other young Christians, reach out to other young people, and tell them that, hey, look, you are not alone, okay? And that's what we need to do, guys. Especially you young people. This is not a video this is a video specifically targeted towards young people. If you're older, thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate that. But, sorry, I got a phone call, and, yeah, I got a phone call. Now, where was I? I forget where I was, but I'm just going to continue with saying this. Another reason why a lot of the young people are leaving, and this is so poignant, guys, and you should really take this into consideration, especially, again, if you're older and you're watching this, take this into consideration. Another reason why so many of the young people are leaving is because all of the older people, all of the parents, and luckily my parents weren't like this, so I was able to build myself a source of income that's without having to go through all that rigmarole that all the young people have to go through. All the older people are like, okay, once you reach 18, they're like, okay, go out, get yourself a job, go do this, go do that, the mainstream world, go become part of the world. But be a good kid, you keep your faith, you stay a Christian, but go into the world, go into the lion's den, literally go into these places that are going to teach you otherwise. They're going to teach you to be against God. And that's just putting it plainly. They're going to teach you to be against God. And then you have our peers, as a young person, our peers, I see all the time, our peers teach us, they try to teach us to be dependent on things that aren't godly, things that you as a Christian probably shouldn't be taking a part in, shouldn't be indulging yourself in. But yeah, that's what you're told to do. So what are you gonna do? If that's your influence, and they want you to go into these places and be a part of this unholy system, and then try to tell you but you remain Christian, you stay good, you stay a good kid. What do you think is gonna happen? What do you think is gonna happen to these young folks that are being pushed into this? First of all, and this is the topic that I am quite touchy on. Like I'm quite involved because I want to reach the young people. I want to get to the young people. How can I reach the young people? So this is a topic that I'm quite aware of. First of all, at 17, 16, even 18, you don't have your own mind. Like you can't think and reason properly for yourself. I'm not saying you're not capable of reasoning. Don't shoot me. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that you're not capable of making the right decisions. You don't really know what you want at 16 yet. At 16, you don't really know what you want. You're pushed into this whole job thing. You're pushed into going and working at a gas station or somewhere, wherever you can find a job, because your parents are like, oh, you're 16 now, go get a job. Go get brainwashed, basically. And by the time you're 20, 21, you're like, okay, well, all my friends are smoking cigarettes. All my friends are doing drugs. All my friends that work down at the gas station that go to college with me, they're all doing this stuff. And they're the cool kids. They're the ones that are in. And I kind of don't fit in with these people. I can't fit in with them and be a Christian at the same time. But there's no Christians around me. There's no Christians around me. There's no believers around me. There's only my friends who are not Christians and who are having so much fun. So what do you think a young person is going to do? You think they're going to remain in solitude? You think they're going to remain a hermit? No, they're going to go to where the fun is. They're going to go to where the crowd is, because that's what young people do. You're not married. You don't have anyone. You're lonely. Those combinations right there. And hormones. Hormones. Those four combinations right there are 100% guaranteed to turn even if the kid was strong he or she was younger, if he was a strong devout Christian, once you get out in that world and you're participating in that for about 6 months a year, those four things are going to draw you to the other side. So again, parents, older people in charge, people who can make a difference in these young people's lives, stop it. I'm not saying people shouldn't get a job. That's not what I'm saying. But you have to guide them. Don't just throw them out and be like, okay, stay a Christian, go get a job, stay a Christian, see you later. You can't do that, because they won't stay a Christian. They won't stay good. They won't stay a God-fearing person. So you have to do your job. Direct them, please. I'm not asking for you to do anything too hard. It's not that hard. Anyway, yeah, one more thing. Again, young people. If you're young and you are a Christian, if you're young and you are a believer, you're not alone. You're not alone. There are others out here. We're just shy. We feel alone, so we don't say anything because we feel alone. We already feel like, there's no one out there. We already feel like there's nothing here. So we might not say anything because we already feel alone. We feel like if we reach out to somebody, they're going to turn their back. They're going to be like, oh, it's another one of those weirdos. So it's another one of those believers. That's why we don't say anything. So young people, get on the platforms. Get on Facebook. Get on YouTube. Get on all these places and say, hey, if there's any other young people out there, I'm here. You want to talk? You want to be friends? Because I feel alone. I feel like I don't have any friends. So yeah, young people, that's all I had to say today, guys. I'm probably going to do a part 2 of this because I feel like I missed a lot of things that I wanted to talk about. So I'm probably going to do a part 2 of this, I hope. Anyway, peace, guys. Keep believing. Keep your faith real. Don't give in. Keep believing. Keep your faith real, because one day our King... You ever seen Lord of the Rings, Return of the King? Yeah, that's going to happen in real life one day. And he's going to return, and if you're not ready, he's going to leave you. Simple. Okay, so keep your faith real, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.